As a media company, one of our big strategic focus areas is media for social good. We have massive reach in South Africa, now increasingly into Africa. We've done a campaign called Racism Stops With Me, hugely successful. That was on a much larger scale than 16 Days of Activism. But what we're doing is we're looking year on year at campaigns that we could drive using our various print and digital platforms, some on-ground activations as well. 16 Days of Activism, or the project which is called Don't Look Away, came about because typically what we would do as a media company is write the stories about levels of abuse and violence, as would most media companies when it gets to the end of the year and 16 Days of Activism comes around. And we thought this year we'd have a slightly solutions journalism approach to it, where we would run the statistics but actually tell the stories behind the statistics. And the best way to do that was having first-person storytelling. So working with some shelters and not-for-profit organizations, we found women mostly, even though it's 16 Years of Activism against violence against women and children, it's very difficult to put children into that kind of space. So all our interviews were done with women who were survivors of some of the worst kinds of abuse you could imagine. And we did the very traditional journalist sits down, captures the story, ran it in print, and then we took those stories and we decided to tell them in video. And of course you couldn't do that by doing an interview. The identity of these women needed to be protected. And we also have a Mojo team, a mobile journalism team, and most of those videos were done again using mobile devices. They were not, we didn't have any fancy camera equipment. And this very young team of largely interns took those stories and re-scripted them for video. We used staff to act out when we did a mini film, but some were whiteboard drawings to capture those stories. And each of the videos runs for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, but they're very powerful because the first person account in print was captured in a short, tight way on video. If you watch the videos, they're quite affecting. The journalist, the editor who worked on the series was quite traumatized by it. They said it was, 16 days of very personal trauma, having to listen to those kind of stories, and the bravery of the women in terms of the advice that they shared in turn of how they came through that period and their coping mechanisms and their advice to other women who found themselves in a similar position. And we'd hope that that kind of personal storytelling would be more effective in terms of everyone finding ways in which they can either just signal their support for a campaign like 16 Days of Activism, or participate more meaningfully, either by giving time or donations to the shelters that are working in this space.